Alrighty, so this is how to boss up your Instagram profile. It's just a few case studies of people who are doing it right, people who are successful in the business, and they're all influencers. And yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm not going to show you how not to do it. Most people are doing it wrong or not doing it. Anyone could do things better. I think my favorite person, I think, is Brad Lea. I really like his content. Great idea on how his team is always like testing out new strategies and different things for content. If you're a business coach or something in that business world, he has great stuff. But we're not going to focus on the feed. It's just look at the profile. It's simple. Who is he? What does he do? Something about his personality, and then a link to whatever he's promoting, right? That simple. Cool, sharp, crisp little, arrows there, because that's just who he is. Obviously, I've seen him speak, and normally you get all these guys and they're like black V-neck t-shirts and jeans, and this guy goes up there like sharply dressed. So he just carries himself a certain way, and it reflects in his Instagram bio. So that's, a great case study right there. So how do we do this, right? How do we get it? Because if you try and do this when you're typing it in on Instagram, it doesn't, it's going to come out like weird. It's not going to come out like this. So how you do it actually is on your phone, you go to the notepad and you frame it this way, with the punctuation and the, new paragraph here, new paragraph here. So you save it that way on the phone, on a different application like a notepad or notebook or whatever it's called on it's called Notes on the iPhone. And if you have Android, I don't know. But there's some sort of notepad you could do. And then just type it there in that format, and then copy and paste it into the bio, and it'll come out with this thing. So he's awesome. We got Mel Robbins here. Same thing. Where's she from? What's she about? What's her personality? And what is she promoting? Clean, simple, great use of emojis, good profile image, good profile image here. I forgot to mention that. Gary Vee. Gary Vee is the fucking king. Really, right? This guy, he's always talking about self-awareness and all that stuff. This guy is a genius on social media. He is so plugged in. Like, look how he's doing it. Emoji. Like, what's he promoting? Obviously, he's really like focused on the wine, aspect. That's one of his things he does. It's just great. If you're a CEO, or if you're representing a lot of different businesses, you could tag them in the bio. You could use hashtags in the bio too if you want, right? So that's Gary Vee. Dan Fleischman. I work with Dan Fleischman. His emojis are at the end. So you could use emojis as a bullet point, essentially, like some of these people, or you could put it at the end. He promotes his charity, but he also, like, his thing right now is he's got a personal branding course. So that's the link in the bio. Now, here's another example. Ed Mylett, and this is something, let's say you got a lot of things you're promoting, and you just want links to everything, right? Here's how we do it. Linktree. And there's other platforms out there that could do it, but Linktree is great, really easy. Let's say, so I have a client that they train people on luxury property, or how to like Airbnb luxury properties, right? So they have like a course, they have a live event, they have multiple things that they want people to have options to click on. So Linktree does that, and it's free too. So you could just download Linktree, or you just go to their site, you sign up, it's free, and then you could just add all these different links. It's not this fancy, pretty website or anything, but it's functional, it's practical, it's free, and you could promote whatever. So if I want Ed Milet's Max Out book, or go to the store and buy his Max Out underwear or whatever it is. There you go. Right. Again, like Dan Fleischman, he's got the emojis at the end, but he's got emojis. He's talking about who he is, what he does, who his partner is here, or business, and then the link tree. So that's cool. Mike Stanley, so he's a client of mine actually, and we didn't go crazy on the emojis. We just, who he is, what he's currently working on. This is his main business. All those factors. Heck, we could even look at myself. I'm not an influencer. I'm just some peasant. But same thing. Who I am, I use a couple hashtags in mine. Book reader. I actually had somebody troll me for having that in my bio. I'm into fitness, and then here's what I'm promoting. It's my 89 download my 89 social media checklist. So it's that simple, right? One other thing too is obviously I'm not a great case study on the highlights in the bio, but let's see, Dan, you don't even have highlights. So Gary Vee's got his highlights. So you could even go to Canva and create a cover image if you want. But these are, you definitely, like, as you start collecting your stories and doing all that, you could put your highlights in there specific to whatever your thing is. My highlights, even though they're kind of a mess, it's like, here's a party I went to and everyone thought I was really cool because I went to that party. Here's when I'm watching like late night infomercials and recording that. Here's a pretty rainbow I found, and then some like Facebook growth hacks and one of my clients and stuff and my family. So I'm all over the place, but if you watch any of my other videos, you could already tell that. Mel Robbins highlights, I don't know what that means. Her life, personal stuff, professional stuff, random cool stuff. So she's kind of all over the place too, which validates me. Being all over the place. And then she's got her like professional kind of clip art emoji style things too. Bradley, clean, crisp. This guy, like, if you just want to look like a boss, I would really kind of just follow his lead and don't rip him off and do it exactly, but just, I've never even talked to the guy, but I just think he's such a case study because he just has such a crisp thing. One other guy, when talking about like starch shirts and expensive suits, is Dan Lok. Should have had him originally. He probably is kicking ass too. Look at this. Clean, crisp. Like, we've got this. Let's see what this is about. Takes you to some course he's selling naturally. His emojis. And then look at this. Bling, bling, bling. Because that's what he's about. He's about that, kind of that FU mentality, FU pay me kind of thing. Exactly. See? Right there. All right. So these are really good profiles. These are all great case studies. Focus on cover image or your profile image. Use some emojis. You could tag people in the profile. You could use hashtags in the profile. Don't get too crazy with it, and keep it crisp, clean. Make good use of what you can. If you want it formatted like that, put it on set it up on your phone, not in the Instagram app. Set it up on the notes, and then copy and paste it. Make good use of emojis. Tag the appropriate people or business partners or businesses or whatever you're doing. You could have a dedicated link, or you could go straight to a link tree and have links for every different thing. If you're a realtor, you could have a link to each listing. It doesn't need to be an Instagram link. This goes to YouTube. This goes to Spotify. This is his, this goes to his book, probably on Amazon or something like that. And we're done.